legit wonderful.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Don't enjoy yourself. You're only allowing these people to just make more of this with this secret Saiyan who's stronger than freaking SS Blue Vegito.
Cool.
And he's just in the shadows and never mentioned and in his secret prison.
Cool. Cool.
This is what we're getting.
Yep. But people recognize it's a fun joke fluff. Who gives a shit? As opposed to, here's Jiren, the greatest villain I've ever seen.
But he is, though.
Cool. Yep. Get in there.
That sounds like a very similar to reaction that you just had about Dragon Ball Heroes, though, so I'm confused.
No. I was talking, DA showed me another Heroes thing, and I'm just like, cool. No. Super is trash.
There's the tenors of BG's cools that you have to like really listen for the subtlety. Cool is like, yeah, he's okay with it. Cool is he's pissed off at it.
We in there. Trunks and Vegeta's fuse. Cool. Get in there.
Jiren?
Yep. No.
Anything Jiren is like, nah. My girl Belle took me straight to the top.
Why am I not surprised, Belle?
They weren't ready for it. You almost lost to a Ganon.
You don't. That's the story of my life.
You're almost losing to a Ganon?
Almost losing the Ganon. Because no matter who you are, you're always one hit away from almost losing to a Ganon. It's not fair.
Is Ganon really?
I'm just imagining, like, just milestone moments of your life, like graduating high school. You almost failed. It's just your teacher stamping an F on your paper. Doria!
Go to your job interview for your current job, and he's just waiting there behind the door, charging the kick, just waiting.
All right, let me open this door to the workshop. No! Pokemon had another little trailer thing. Showed off some new Dynamax forms, which are like the giant forms. Charizard looks fucking
so dumb.
I'm so
I
tired
hate
of
all
Pokemon.
of it. How y'all hitting 1,000 with all the humans and the Pokemon are just stinking up the joint. That coffin looks so dumb.
I like Dynamax Charizard. He looks pretty fucking
They
sick.
keep wheeling out Charizard.
And I'm okay with that.
I'm sick of it. Blastoise and Venusaur gets no kind of love. It's always Charizard, and I'm sick of it.
It's because Charizard, man.
Yeah. Charizard the best.
He's not the best.
He is the best.
Charizard the best.
He's not.
But
He is.
So they showed off a bunch of different Dynamax forms, and they have ones for the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And I just love the fact that Let's Go Pikachu's Dynamax form is just original fat Pikachu.
Seriously,
It's
amazing.
all it is.
Can we talk about Meowths, though?
I hate it. It looks so stupid.
Long cat.
I hate it.
Very long cat.
Yeah.
Like, Pikachu's like, oh, okay, that's a cute callback. Meowth. Wait, guys, what the fuck?
That's that was the drugs finally kicking in. Like, they had some good designs, and then, like, at the peak of the creative portion of their high, they made Sirfetch'd, who's amazing. And then then they lost the buzz, and Dynamax Meowth came out of it. Robert Downey Jr.'s Doolittle.
Oh, did you see
The accent
the
is the thing.
Uh-huh.
See the Reddit stuff?
No.
Wait, what?
The Reddit stuff surrounding Doolittle. There was a dude that was working on a production company, and he just started releasing information. So the director was a piece of that clearly was out of his league and did not know what he was doing and micromanaging everything. So they would be shooting for the day, and the people would go, so where are the animals going to be placed? Because we need to know where Downey's going to be standing so we can place the animals there in post. And he goes, we'll figure it out. Just get this shot of shooting.
Hmm.
And there's like 5 stories of that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 208. On this very, very boring and totally nothing happening Sunday.
Ain't nothing happening today. It's totally normal, boring day.
A lot of trailers
Donald Trump
dropped
is still
for some reason
president.
today,
It's,
though.
it's great.
Weird.
It's going great.
So, isn't it weird that just, like, Tom Brady just, like, probably threw a dart at a dartboard and that team is going to the Super Bowl right now?
It was less like a dart and more like I want to go there.
Point still stands, though.
Yeah. But to be fair, the team was already really good. They just had I'm going to throw whenever I feel like quarterback that was not a good leader. They just needed some leadership.
And here comes, arguably, the best quarterback in the entire ever.
There's no argument. The best quarterback in the history of the game. And I hate Tom Brady. You can't argue with it. Who would be number 2? Who would be AB? I mean, 1B.
Don't know.
Exactly. No, there's nobody. If you want to go by rings, you can't even compare anybody. They had a statistic where it was like, this is Brady's 10th Super Bowl, which is like 5 higher than any other quarterback in history, and he's won 6 of them, which is 2 more than any other quarterback in history. Numbers, there's nothing to argue with.
Yeah.
But I hate the guy.
Why?
That's something too that, like,
He's a douche.
Oh, word.
And he's a Trump supporter.
So
I mean,
you
I mean,
right up
calm
your
down,
alley,
y'all.
DA.
No. Maybe he got some good ideas going.
You wouldn't know. You
Bruh.
only like Trump for the meme.
It's funny. They actually, any of you guys watch SNL or no?
No.
I haven't
They
watched
actually-
SNL in literally
They made that
10
joke
years.
yesterday. They made the whole Trump, can you at least show up to your impeachment trial just to give us one more goof, one more thing to rip on?
They know.
So I
He
can
just shows
immediately
up with a giant hole in the butt of his pants. Like, yep. Last one, huh?
I just
Going out
immediately
swinging.
heard DA in my head. I'm like, yo, who's writing SNL tonight? Is it DA? Is he writing this?
I'm pretty sure there was a tweet that I saw on Inauguration Day where it was just like, and many tears by many comedic writers are being
Oh yeah.
are falling right now due to them having to try to write material now. But yeah, Super Bowl is currently happening. Tampa is without. Actually, I just realized one day. So, very briefly, I feel like the argument that you made, BG, of like times getting to the championship is an argument that most people don't use, which I feel like is a big thing.
Yeah.
Because that's
an incredible statistic.
everyone, in the pivoting to the NBA, the James versus Jordan debate, people are like, oh, rings, rings, rings. And then you kind of forget that sans 1 year, LeBron has been in the finals for almost a decade.
Yeah. It's incredible stuff. But
Yeah.
they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
They want to hear, but did you win?
Yep.
So, yeah, no. Brady number 1.
How many years? So it was 3? Was it 2 or 3 years with Miami?
He spent 3.
It's 3 years
At
in
least.
Miami.
Think that sounds
4
right?
4 with the Cavs.
Because I remember the first year they didn't win.
Yeah.
The second year they did win, and then I think he did one more year after that.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he went 7 straight years to the finals, had a hiccup year with the Lakers, and then won the next year.
Yeah. But at the same time, there is an argument to be made for at least 2 other people as the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Brady, there's no other argument. Sorry, greatest quarterback ever.
One of my friends is already posting on social media that he brought all his prepaid refs for this game.
Oh, there was some calls that were just like, oh, no.
That's what I keep.
But at the same time, the Kansas City offense isn't doing anything. The Tampa Bay defense is just killing them. So there's nobody talking about that. They're talking about, oh, they got 2 ticky-tack penalties that got them 14 points. Okay, but what about the rest of the points? What about the other 17? What happened there? Why is Kansas City only at 9? So screw you guys.
But that doesn't help that doesn't help the agenda, BG.
Of course not.
I hate Super Bowls because I always get the call like, "Who you got?" I have to just push. So
just go out and watch football.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
You try.
Yes, because the immediate next thing is, why not? It's great. The stats. I don't want to hear it.
Stats.
And then
you don't like the left guard of the Lions? He's looking really stout this year. What? Good dude. What?
And if I don't think I've rarely heard that rebuttal. And even if it happens, I just go, yeah, that's great. I don't care.
Yeah, try that on a recorded call.
It's seriously, and you're dealing with business people. I'm dealing with truckers. They ain't trying to hear that.
I was just talking not business stuff, but just if I'm out and about.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different social setting.
Okay.
If he's on a call and the person on the call goes, "Hey, football," he can't go, "I don't care." King, why are you telling these people you don't care? You better act like you care.
Plus, it gives me the opportunity, as they're just talking about Gronkowski, I could just look up stuff, or I could turn a 5-minute call into a 15-minute call, just listening about sports. So it's just that's just time that I'm not taking other calls.
But here's the thing, DA, you are a bush artist.
Yes.
So just bush your way through that.
Oh yeah, I was looking up tweets.
Okay.
Just yep, and just reading off tweets verbatim.
Wow.
I will never forgive this bastard for when we walked out of, I think it was one of the Star Wars movies, and we took an Uber, and the dude was like, "What did y'all see?" "Oh, Star Wars." "Yeah, it's great, blah, 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 blah." And I'm just there with the saltiest face in the world. No, I think it was Batman v Superman, matter of fact. And I'm just there, a salt monster, while he's talking about.
No, I've done it multiple times.
No, that one in particular was just because I was so mad at the movie that I couldn't even go with the joke of just hey, it's so funny. I'm acting like I like this movie. And the dude's like, "Yeah, that looks interesting." "Oh, yeah, but they gotta.
Is one of my favorite things to do in this world. I will do it by myself, and I'll just crack up in my own head as I'm just lying for nobody, for nothing.
Did you guys see, kind of in that vein, that officially now Justice League has an R rating?
Scoopa doo whoop whoop. Batman's gonna say fuck. Yay.
Who cares?
And that's what makes the movie cool.
Zack Snyder is an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so tired of I'm making this for real adult people, comic book stuff, and blah, 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 and slagging off the Whedon Justice League, even though it was slagging that off, because now I gotta go look at dour Superman in his face again, going, "My parents," and I don't want to hear that.
I guess there really isn't any hope left in the world.
Oh, I don't need to see a 37-minute action sequence with whoever the villain's name. I done forgot it because he's useless. I don't need to see that. But I'm definitely gonna see that. Matter of fact, I need to request that day off.
It's gonna be just really ugly.
Are we streaming it or are we just watching it?
I say we just watch it.
There we go.
Because it might not be that. It might just be boring. And if it's just boring, dude, it could just be boring.
I mean, it probably very well might.
What DC movie is just boring? Shut up.
No. The Ultimate Edition is 3 hours, and it's probably the most boring superhero movie I've ever seen.
It is. It's a rough one.
Was there not a lot to say? When you and the kids watched it, were y'all not saying quite a bit?
There were peaks and valleys.
It's I'm trying to like think of a movie to refute that. Most boring superhero movie.
You're not going to. Mike, don't even waste brain cells trying to figure it out. It is the most boring superhero movie
in history.
For
Elektra.
No.
I could make the case.
Nope, I couldn't.
Name me 3 events from that movie.
That's not fair because that movie sucked balls.
Well, that's not fair because there's other things that suck balls.
But I would never say it was boring. I think it was tedious. Not even tedious. I think it was I would think it was forgettable. Wasn't there a sequence in the forest where she was facing like a spirit animal or something?
Tattoo. A person with tattoos on them that it was a bunch of animals and they can make those tattoos come out and then the animals would attack. Yeah. That is Uno.
I mean, I wasn't trying to, but I just remembered that sequence. But
I'm laughing at Ralph's burp. It's just so perfectly timed.
Good timing, honestly.
But again, I'll tell you this. If I watch that movie again, I don't think I would be as bored as I was for Bats v Soups.
Like, the only other movie that I can think of, but I don't think it's boring, I think it might be laughably bad, is Catwoman.
Yeah, that's laughably bad. That's boring.
Yeah.
Soups Bats is 3+ hours of just like meandering bush.
This list is terrible.
What?
I just looked up boring superhero movies. Suicide Squad, that's just farce.
Yeah, that's not
Superman
boring.
3, Hulk, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The first Hulk
that's a laugh riot.
The first Hulk was boring if not for the complete incompetence. Like the comic book stuff flying in the frame. Without that type of stuff, I would go, okay, that's kind of boring. But no. Number one with a bullet, Bats v Soups. Because everything else is at least entertainingly bad.
Yeah. like Catwoman, maybe one of the Fantastic Four movies. Like
nope. Laughably bad.
Not Fan-Four-Stick, because that one is just a shining jewel of...
That's money.
Laughably bad.
Yeah.
Justice League. Man of Steel is just kind of
Man of Steel still had good action at the end.
Yeah, I don't think it was bad. I just think it's I don't think it's boring.
Man of Steel, maybe that one. That is.
You are not sitting up here telling me Man of Steel is more boring than Bats v Soups as they stand around in desert saying, "Hey, I'm Jimmy Olsen, super spy, and I don't give a about none of that, dude."
That's not boring. That's just
it absolutely was.
That's inconsequential. And he didn't say my name is Jimmy Olsen. He most certainly did not. That mug was in the credits.
So we're not talking about how boring it was that Clark is on a boat just going to go interview some New Orleans piece of dude talking about the Batman.
Okay, we're not talking about how boring it was that Lois Lane was just in the middle of the Arctic taking pictures.
That's not boring because at least it's interesting scenery.
What?
They were on an alien ship. Or a ship, period.
No, they weren't.
Yes,
they were just in the Arctic. And
no.
taking a picture.
They went into a vessel.
They did.
Yeah, later.
No, it was in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Later. But before that, she was just walking up going, I'm Jimmy Olsen. I'm not Jimmy Olsen. I'm Lois Lane. Everybody put
Jimmy
your dicks
Olsen.
away.
Yeah, because why were they out there?
Yeah, they were
Because
out
it was
there.
a vessel.
Yes.
No, I'm saying,
but they weren't in there
scene,
yet.
The entire scene.
Oh, we're talking about the entire scene.
Yeah,
now. Why are we talking about the entire movie? Then?
Why are you picking apart 50 seconds of that was bored for 50 seconds? Okay, 50 seconds, but that interview was like 5 minutes. It was at least 2 minutes.
I don't know time.
Why?
We've established this.
What did we start here?
Yeah, I haven't heard BG actually lose his shit like that in a while.
Boy, you have not been watching Revisited.
False.
I'm talking about on the podcast. I'm watching Revisited.
Okay.
I'm saying podcast BG. You guys watching stuff, that's always a recipe for you and your brother to fucking lose your collective minds. You guys just talking on here, it takes a bit to get you guys going, and we hit that just now.
You are.
Oh boy.
With 3 months of dead, bury it.
We're done with it.
But it's not quite dead yet because we still got to get that debate out.
Oh.
That's going to be the true end of Bleach Month.
Oh boy. Did you do part 3 or 4 or whatever?
No.
Now is
No
that
response from homeboy?
He
on
did. He
him?
was like, it was like, are you available today? But I didn't see it till later, and then I haven't heard anything since.
Okay.
I would have walked away from work.
All right, so if you just plug in this Ethernet cable. Oh, fuck you! I gotta go. Bye.
Hey, I broke my leg, so I'm off of work for like the rest of the day while I amputate my leg. All right, bye.
Hey, I got the Rona, so cough, cough. You know.
Well,
By the way,
can you take this last call? Sure. So, what's your?
Oh, the first 10 minutes, I fucking hate football. Goodbye.
Yeah, no. Part 3.
Start going, did LeBron James score a touchdown?
Oh,
Goal! Right?
sports talk.
Oh,
But no, part 3 has not happened yet. We're just waiting.
How far down the field line is Tony Hawk? Is he doing good right now? Is Tony Hawk
Dude,
squaring off
okay.
great down the court
did
against
you guys see the
LeBron
video
James?
of him doing a 720 at like 40, mid-40s?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, oh, my rotation's bad and blah, 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 but I did it.
And and it's just like, dude, you are, in terms of skateboarding, ancient. You are a fossil. And he was just
Good on him,
taking
though.
those falls like a champ.
Oh yeah, man's an icon.
Oh boy. So I have a few little news tidbits. One thing I want to talk about though is something I texted DA about earlier this week. So, you know how Smash Bros for me has just basically been a lagging nightmare for like the last 6-ish months or so.
Sounds accurate.
So, you know, got the new Ethernet wiring installed, have a new good network switch and all that. Still was having problems. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get my own modem and my own router. So got a good modem and a very good gaming router. Got all that set up like halfway through this past week. Still lagging. So at this point, like, I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong? The network wiring can't be it. The internet, only other option I have at this speed is Spectrum. So I don't really think the network's a problem.
Real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt your story. Somebody just ran onto the field. Continue.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
oh boy.
Oh yeah, they're definitely getting tackled. Okay, go ahead.
So, like, and my internet speeds are like 400 down and like basically 100 plus up, and like the Switch recommendations are 10 down and 1 up. So I'm like, the network can't be. It cannot be the problem.
Did you solve this problem or not?
So banging my head, I'm like, okay, there's one of two things. It's either literally
And
the
for
provider.
some reason
so
that worked.
I'll have to switch to Spectrum. Then the only other thing, I'm like, maybe it's my Nintendo Switch. So
no.
my roommates, I go to one of them, I'm like, hey, you have Nintendo Online, right? Yes. And I knew he had Smash Bros. I'm like, can I borrow your Switch for a bit? It's my fucking Nintendo Switch. Started
What's
playing
wrong
on
with
his
it?
Switch.
Oh, that's glorious.
Smooth as fucking butter in comparison. Like, Nintendo Online is still Nintendo Online. So I had, like, the occasional hiccup. But it was basically, on my Switch, it was 90-10 in awfulness. And on my roommate's Switch, it's 90-10 in good, solid connection. I'm just like, this whole time. This whole fucking time got
Big rip.
a whole
Big
network, new
rip.
modem router, all of this stuff, which I still like that I did, but still, all of this stuff. And it was my fucking Switch the entire time.
So are you buying a new one?
Oh, it's already bought.
That's what I thought.
You kidding me?
See, we had a similar problem here, and we had to have Spectrum come out 3 different times to see what was going on, because again, we bought an upgraded gaming, perfect, super fucking amazing router, and it kept dropping, and it was just awful service. They came out and actually finally checked the lines from the box outside into the inside, and it turned out some of the wires in the walls had just been completely frayed to shit. So that's what happened to us, and everything since then has been literally flawless. No drops, nothing.
Yes.
So that's what I was thinking. Like, did the same thing happen to you?
Nope, it was just my actual Switch, which it was a day one Nintendo
Oh,
Switch.
then there you go.
So, like, there is that. So, new one should be arriving next week. Transfer all over my account and stuff. And then, more than likely, I will be trading in my first thing to GameStop.
V-Man, you missed
like
the whole conversation.
5...
None of us care, except BG.
Yeah, BG's
Not
watching.
one of us, V-Man.
Yeah, BG's watching the Super Bowl.
None of us care for it. I played the sport. I can't stand watching it.
I play fighting games. I love it.
I cannot watch football after playing it. I don't
Jesus Christ!
I watched it when I was a kid with my dad. After playing the sport throughout my entire middle and high school career, watching it was boring.
To each his own.
Yeah.
What's the most boring sport, though?
Golf or tennis.
Baseball.
Golf or tennis.
Tennis is fun.
No, it's not.
I enjoy tennis. I enjoy even badminton.
Badminton's fun.
Baseball is a dead zone. NASCAR dead zone.
Yeah, I would say NASCAR because I played baseball and I do enjoy watching it.
I put it golf / tennis, NASCAR, soccer for me. Like, that's my bottom tier.
Yeah, I can't agree with you on tennis.
I don't like tennis.
I wonder if that's odd. Tennis is a very
I just don't like it.
It's a very active sport.
Yeah,
there's
I
always
still
something
just don't like it.
Okay.
And the only reason
baseball and
hockey
NASCAR,
isn't that low is just because I respect the effort too much.
It's baseball, NASCAR, and
I would probably, for me personally, put football. I just don't really enjoy watching it all that much. I don't think the sport in general is I would say oh, it's boring, it sucks. Obviously people love it. It's just for me, if I were to pick between baseball and football, I'd pick baseball.
Wow. Couldn't agree with. I just had this argument with somebody. Watch a great baseball game and watch a great football game, and you tell me that baseball is better.
I just enjoy watching it more.
I don't see how. I'll put it like this. If I had to put my phone down and watch the sport for the entire time, I could not watch baseball and I could not watch NASCAR. Basically anything else I could.
Even golf.
Yeah, I can watch golf.
Okay.
I enjoy me some golf.
I will say, watching golf versus actually being at a PGA event is two very different things.
Ooh! Look who's out and about actually at the event.
They're free, depending on which
I don't care. They're not free for black people.
They're not coming to Detroit.
But yeah, just like one of my favorite things when I was at was the Arnold Palmer. My dad in Florida lives like a half hour or so away from his country club. I mean, it's still his country club. He's passed away, but it's still his country club. And I remember we were at the green of one of these holes, and there's this Korean golfer. I don't remember his name, but my dad was just like, "Oh yeah, this guy. He's known for just being super serious all the time. Like he doesn't really show any emotion at all." So he makes his putt. He walks off the green stoic, but like basically like as soon as like he's out of shot of the cameras, he goes up to his caddy and he's like biggest doofy grin. And he's like, "Yeah!" Gives him like a fist bump. I'm just like, "Oh really?" Dad was like, "Well, I wasn't expecting that." It's one of those times where like my dad is very much a like trying to school his children type of dad at all times, where he's like he needs to educate and give wisdom. It was just one of those times where it was just like, oh, this is a beautiful moment of him falling flat in his face. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to talk about before we get to just random news tidbits? Anyone besides me and Ralph watching WandaVision? I guess BGDA.
Nope.
Shame.
I am very much a finish the series and then I will watch the entire thing.
Yeah, I was gonna amend that one. Not yet.
You're for binge culture. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm, yeah. People keep asking me, "Are you watching the new anime?" No. Tell me when the season's over.
Okay.
Then I'll talk to you.
Alrighty.
Every week. Oh man, it's happened. Yeah, I don't care. I need the season.
We will table that discussion then for when you guys watch it.
I mean, I already know one of the big things that happens.
It's very good. It's very
I already know what you're talking about too.
It's very good. Also, one of the cool things, like I don't know if you're really following like the episode breakdowns, Mike, but I was watching one and they broke it down to the point where it was shot for shot. Wanda did the same wrist flick during the scene with the sword agents that Magneto did when he turned the guns on soldiers in Dark Phoenix, literally frame for frame. So they laid that nice little Easter egg there. So people are theorizing now that Magneto going to show up. Because there's so far there's no wasted air in WandaVision. Everything that's a quote unquote hint or a reference has some weight. So I'm looking. That's a detail I'm looking forward to see if it's proven true or not. Again, it's not a spoiler. It's just literally a theory.
It was boring. I heard people say it was boring.
Oh no! The thing is, the people who are mind fucked into thinking that the binge model is the best model. It's not released fast enough for them. They like being able to binge episode 1 to the end in one sitting. The fact that this weekly, wait period is going on, it's tilting them. It's the same thing people complained about for The Mandalorian. It is
they forgot how TV works.
Yeah, it is the literal only argument against it. It's too slow. No, y'all just forgot how things release.
Dude, and I've seen this like tweet / thing pop up in multiple social medias, but it's just like people nowadays don't know the feeling of it's just like you're watching a show you like on TV, the commercial break starts, you run downstairs, go take a piss, go grab your snacks, and like race back to the couch just in time for the commercials to end. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it's dead.
Now it's okay. I'm gonna just pause real quick. I gotta pee.
Yeah. Which I will say,
like, crap! I forgot the pause. Just rewind it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, WandaVision, very, very, very good. Also another thing that I started watching recently, because I was like, I'd watched the latest episode of Wanda, and I was like going to bed a little earlier, and I'm like, well, I need something to watch. What do I watch? I hadn't really started anything. So just going through Crunchyroll and saw the new Digimon anime. I'm like, you know what? I've seen some snippets. It looks interesting. And that anime, when it goes hard, it goes fucking hard. And then the rest of it is basically the same shitty weekly animation that was in the original series. It's like there's
shot, mouth flap, go.
They were facing this like insect Digimon, and at one point they literally just had a still picture and were just moving it on the background. Like, whoa. Because they went really hard the first like 2 or 3 episodes. Like movie quality animation. And then they just like they picked their spots. In the episodes, like, yikes. Okay. This is familiar territory. But it's fun. And then just because now that I'm watching it, I'm like, alright, I never played that first Digimon story game. So I started that up today, and I'd really, like, I knew it was, like, made close together with Cyber Sleuth, but boy, did they just really, like, it's the same game. It is literally the same game with the same dungeons and the same mechanics.
Yep. It's, yeah.
Like, how
it's sort of like, hey, the second one is just like, the first one is, hey, here's a story. And the second one is, hey, within that story, there was another story going on. And you play that story.
I just want to see. So, Digimon Cyber Sleuth released in March 12th, 2015. And then Hackers... Oh, that's... Oh, no. It was 2 years later. That's kind of unacceptable. It is... Like, they probably made, like, 1 to 2 new rooms for, like, where the story takes place. And a few character models. Oh, no. Okay. I mean, still gonna play it because the games are fun. But wow. Did not know that. Okay. All right. So with the Super Bowl, there's been a few different announcements and trailers that have popped up. New trailer for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. showing off a little bit more Baron Zemo and what have you. There was... I think this was released a few days ago, but there's a 3D Pacific Rim anime that got a trailer release.
Whatever.
If I had to guess, it's the same people who did the Godzilla ones not too long ago because it looks very
probably
very
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of those like there was a studio that was just doing like everything for a second. It's probably just one of those like pass it off over there.
Yeah. The only thing from the trailer that I was just like, huh, like just intrigued me was I believe the AI voice is voiced by Jen Taylor. And just like basically I just thought, I'm like, oh, she really is typecasted, huh? That is the voice of Cortana from Halo.
Yeah, I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Yeah, it's just like she's literally AI the voice. Let's see it. We already talked about that. There was an announcement for a new Sonic animated Netflix series called Sonic Prime. It's probably where the whole voice thing happened. They probably wanted a new voice for this show.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
What are you going to do?
A new Cloverfield movie got announced that is going to be set right after the 2008 movie.
No. Are they doing that?
No. Shake your head.
No.
Shake your head in shame. It's not found footage. So I don't care.
It could be an anthology.
No, because it still needs to be found footage.
Not really. Oh,
they said it's a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
this is gonna be poop.
Yeah.
Boy, ooh.
Yeah, no.
The Cloverfield movies are just like they're really, really odd. Cause 10 Cloverfield Lane wasn't supposed to be a Cloverfield movie.
But
So
they threw it at the
so
end.
you can't count it.
But it's so good.
But then the Cloverfield Paradox was supposed to be, and it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It is legit a horrendous.
So I don't trust them.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be poopy. And DA will attest, Cloverfield is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Great movie.
This movie is gonna be terrible. Before I've seen frame one, terrible.
Alrighty.
Oh, that new M Night looks good though.
New M Night?
Age? What was it called?
Old.
Basically,
people go to an island and they start really aging and stuff.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, so some parents are with their kids and the kids go behind the rock and then they're like, "Hey, where are you?" And they come out and they're
That sounds interesting.
yeah. And it's just dealing with the island.
Yeah, like the parents.
Is it written, directed by him? What
it said from M Night, but I don't know if it was like one of those. Kind of M Nighty.
That can go in a whole lot of different directions.
But to be fair, M Night is very hit or miss as well.
Absolutely. No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. He's more missed than hits nowadays.
I liked
It's
Split.
very much a shotgun director.
Do you remember Devil?
The Devil Inside.
No,
that was a different
movie,
one. Yeah,
sir. That's a
Are you
different
sure?
movie. 100%. Devil was about an elevator.
Yeah, I know that one, but I thought that was Devil Inside,
No.
and the other one was just
Okay. Devil Inside was Connect Cuts.
Oh, okay.
We got
Devil was terrible.
Yeah, Devil was really bad.
You know what the twist was? It was the devil.
All right. There is a Wakanda Disney Plus series in the works. Give me Shuri. That's all I need. Although, like,
that one's gonna be.
Go ahead.
That one's gonna be weird because it's just the world, and you have to like the world enough to be like, I want to see more stuff here. Because you're not gonna get
Chadwick.
You're not gonna get Chadwick. You're barely gonna get Shuri. Angela Bassett is she's too prolific of an actress to show up too much in the show. So you're not gonna get too much outside of the world. You're probably gonna get Ubuntu and a couple other people, but that's gonna be about it. And I don't think it's just gonna be the world.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in for that, you're probably gonna get Falcon maybe swooping in every now and again. But if you're into that, you're gonna be into it. If not, it's just gonna be a fluff. Hey, watch this episode because it ties into something sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel like Marvel probably is, might be diversifying too much, if that makes sense. Not so much in like, oh, we have diversity in actors. It's just they're doing too many things. So you got What If, all the different movies that we're coming out with. I don't know.
I don't know if it's diversifying too much, but maybe stretching itself too thin. But I also feel like
that's what I mean.
But I also feel like they're gonna do a lot right now and then reset the whole motherfucker.
You think a giant reset is coming?
Maybe not within the next 2 years, but within the next 5, I would say so. Just like a Wanda reset this whole mother. Or even a Fantastic Four hopping into a different dimension. Something. Because it's going to get to be a little too much to organize. But, Marvel What Ifs it's a what if. Who cares about that? But all the intricacies of the series, and then when movies start ramping up again, you got to go back to the movies and how does this fit into that and blah blah blah. Like it was manageable when you basically had Agent Carter and Agents of Shield, and that was basically all you had to worry about as far as tying everything in. But when you've got 7, 8, 9 series going along with seven film franchises, and still potentially trying to bring in the Marvel TV shows from Netflix into this somehow, it's going to be a little too much.
Okay. Yeah, how long of a time was it between Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield? Mostly, that's my thing. Is just like the shell shock if they do a big old reset of not seeing Chris Evans or Robert Downey in those roles. You know,
I think it was 3 to 4 years, because I think Spider-Man 1 came out in 2002, and I think 4, 7. Yeah, I think it was 4 years.
Okay.
But I can always just check this out.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
No, we have to sit here and guess it for the next 15 minutes.
No, not at all.
Let's take that long. Google's pretty quick, thankfully.
Too bad my wireless keyboard is not.
Well, this is highly unfortunate.
So Spider-Man 3 was in 2007, and Amazing Spider-Man was in 2012, so it was 5 years.
5 years, okay. That is half a decade, so I guess. Like, right now it feels weird just because even though it was like almost 2 to 3 years ago, Avengers Endgame doesn't seem that long ago just because it was probably like the last huge movie that we all saw in theaters.
Yeah. Man, I'll just be sitting there just going, I really want to go to the movies. That was fun.
And they keep doing all this nerd stuff to like get people into the theaters. It's just like, this ain't the time for it. Like, they're releasing all the Lord of the Rings in one big sit down 3D IMAX type thing. And that would be a way I would experience Lord of the Rings for the first time.
But
I'm not going there.
What's the problem? Is there a global pandemic going on or something with just keeping you inside? Just go.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I would really want to go see that.
Yeah. But I'm not.
Yeah. Dude,
they put Coco back in theaters.
Coward.
And I was not there. So
watch them put Mulan back in the theaters. Watch me up in there coughing. Just so I don't get anybody near me.
You'll have like a mask on your face, on your elbows, on your knees. Man, stay away from me.
The only time I would do it is me and V-Man were talking about when we ran out the movie theaters for.
That seems mad fun.
And that's the time I would go do that.
Eric was like, "Yeah, let's do it. He can cut us a discount and everything, and they're not running any kind of shows."
Yeah, what would we watch though? Justice League.
Yo, that would actually be pretty fun.
That would be hype.
On the AMC note, though, did you ever buy those stocks back?
No. I'm waiting to move to a different platform.
Oh, were you on Robinhood?
Yeah, and I'm not supporting them anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for all that to clear to move back to my account.
They lifted the restrictions, though. So there was actually a bunch, so I've been a lurker now on the Wall Street Bets subreddit.
Same.
I also did buy a little bit of AMC, and I'm currently down, but, you know.
Hold the line, diamond hands.
Hold the line, diamond hands, yes. That's what my wife's boyfriend told me. all the different things that I've now seen on the subreddits.
Dude, that's the thing. I was literally going through Dairy Queen drive-through, and the girl was taking my order, and in the back, I hear in the background, "Diamond hands, Carl! Diamond hands! We can't sell yet! We can't sell yet!" I'm just sitting here like, whoa! I'm trying to order me a burger, not hear some Wall Street Bet shit at my fucking local Dairy Queen.
But yeah, there's apparently, too, on this subreddit, there was a coup. Did you guys hear about this?
Oh, yeah, where all the mods got, kicked out.
Yeah, all of, the current mods got kicked out. Some old mods that had, left the, let the subreddit for, years and years and years came back and were basically the ones trying to secure the movie deals and make a quick buck.
Oh.
So apparently most of that got taken care of. However, one mod apparently that like was highly respected by everybody is not allowed back, not by any like current moderators, but by Reddit itself, mainly because he was the whistleblower on the mod takeover. So people are pissed right now on the subreddit.
Damn.
But yeah, just like I've been this whole past week, I basically have. There's this YouTube channel called Stonks Big Plays, and basically every day it is just a live ticker. Using I believe Webbull is the app that they're using of basically the current hot stocks, and the 3 that have been on there all week have been GME, GameStop, AMC, and Nokia, and then a few other select ones that they'll pull up. And it's just a live ticker and chat of the stock throughout the whole day when the market's open. And, yeah, just, I think it was Friday, actually, where, so basically the stocks for almost the whole week were just going down, 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 down. I bought AMC at the beginning at like 16. It's now at 7, so.
Yeah, that's about where it was when I first bought it.
Yeah, that was a whoopsie. But AMC at the beginning of the week was like in the hundreds, and then it got down to like the 50s. So people were getting hit hard with the losses because some people bought in at the like 300s.
Yeah.
And that's where just hold the line, time in hands, hold the line. Fuck you, you paper-handed bitches. Just all throughout the subreddit. But on Friday, there was a ping pong. It went from 50 to 90 in about 2 hours, but then settled back in at around like the mid-60s. So people are still debating back and forth. Is the squeeze still going to happen? Is it not? Suffice to say, it is extremely entertaining. If it goes back down, I actually just may buy a little bit of GME.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much for, like, if it does ping pong again, the short squeeze happens. Amazing, sweet. I'll make a pretty penny. But just GameStop actually recently got a bunch of new figureheads from like Amazon, Walmart, and a bunch of other big e-commerce companies. And they might be revealing plans to like basically go to almost a fully digital platform and like have a streaming service, host tournaments and what have you. Like be a more specialized Twitch, I guess.
Yeah.
So it still might be an okay, just long-term investment. We shall see. Not financial advice.
Financial advice by Mike Nowak.
No.
Buy GameStop. Diamond hands. Do not sell. Hold the line.
Yep. Buzzword.
Mike has become one of the Redditors that Wall Street fears.
Yep. They're actually calling in the dude who, like, months and months ago basically called this. His username on Reddit is Deep Fucking Value.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah,
and he has been asked by Congress to come in
and testify
on this all of it. And I just I want during them questioning him, like, Mr. Deep Fucking Value, thank you. This is like on record.
Fucking legendary.
In Congress. But yeah, this saga is still going, and it is very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, I now officially am investing a little bit more. Hadn't done it until literally this past week.
You bought in like a sucker.
Yep.
Where all of our big brain plays was in years ago, buying AMC stock when it was $4, going, it's gonna go up eventually, only to quintuple our money while you're down bad.
Eh. Diamond hands?
Did y'all hear about the drama going on in web comics?
No, what?
Oh, this is okay. So, this dude, what's his name? Adam Ellis, which Moby Dick had on Twitter. He's
actually a very good artist. I follow him on Facebook.
Oh, so you know
Quite
who
funny.
this is?
Quite
Okay.
funny.
So he accused this short film, this award-winning short film of plagiarism, which it basically was.
Yes, I saw this.
Yes, it basically was. So then this other dude, everybody was rallying behind him, like, yeah, what's up, y'all didn't want to pay me. And then the filmmakers were even like, hey, can you
promote us
for free and all this extra stuff? So then this dude, this other artist was like, I seem to remember you plagiarizing me like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and no fuss was made about that. And then he was like, Adam came back like, well, that is a remake of a comic I made in like 2012. So I didn't plagiarize you. If anything, you plagiarized me. So then everybody got on the second webcomic artist like, you plagiarized them, you got fooled, blah, blah, blah. Then people went to the Wayback Machine and went, hey, there was never a comic in 2012 you made like this. You quickly sketched this to make it seem like the other dude plagiarized from you before you plagiarized from him, but you actually did plagiarize from him. So then everybody was like, what's going on there? And then the dude came with the receipts. The second dude was just like, he credited me and everything was resolved like 4 years ago, but now he's acting like he didn't plagiarize me. Oh, it's such a rabbit hole.
This is
and then
levels.
The second dude got accused of plagiarism from a third dude. There was a webcomic about like somebody was on Messenger or something, like help they're in here trying to kill me, and with a shocked face the person read it and then quickly reply there as in THEY apostrophe RE instead of THEIRE. And it's just like, okay, that's the joke. But then somebody else had did that joke like 4 years later, the exact same joke. 4 years earlier. So another plagiarism. Everybody sucks.
Wow.
Dude, it's such a rabbit hole. It was so delicious.
Yeah, I got to the you plagiarized me. No, you plagiarized.
I'm reading more. Sorry.
Oh.
So the comic Adam said the short film plagiarized. He actually is accused of plagiarizing from someone else.
Amazing.
Yeah, I ended at when the guy was just like, hey, you plagiarized that comic off me, and then you plagiarized the comic you thought you plagiarized from me a while ago. That's where I stopped.
Yeah, no, it went like 4 layers deep.
Oh boy, it sounds like the onion still has yet to be peeled.
Yeah, if even new ones are just like, hey, you also.
Yeah. And like, I can understand there were just like, hey, like there are ideas and stuff out there where it's just like it can be hard to have an original thought nowadays, but there is still actual plagiarism out there.
Yeah,
it's like direct ripping off of stuff.
One company made a whole like industry off of it. Freaking, I can't remember who it is. The people that made the game, The Medium. Basically, they would just take other games' ideas and make versions of it. Like their last game, which was Layers of Fear, just PT. So they just took PT, made it different, and sold it to people. Okay. And then there were other games way before where they were just making games that other people made, flipping them around, and then selling them to people. so much so that reviewers would be like, if you play, let's just say Candy Crush, if you play Candy Crush, you played this. If you play Diner Dash, you've played this. And now the most disgusting thing is with their whole dual screen, blah, 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 dual world thing, they released a patent on it. Or they got a patent on it. So now people either got to pay them or ask for permission to use that type of technology from you guys who are essentially rip-off artists.
Interesting.
And the patent is in a way that there was a game that came out like a year before the company was even founded that did the exact same thing that they were doing. So how do you get a patent on that?
Like, you could almost argue that, like, A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds did it.
It's legitimately disgusting. Dude, video game patents are the most disgusting thing in the world because all it does is stifle innovation.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, WB has a patent on the Nemesis system now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So now people can't think of new and creative ways of implementing this type of system without paying them. They're just gonna go, no, screw that.
Mm-hmm.
Just picture a freaking game like one of these mafia games, and it's like there's a bounty on your head, and all these mafiosos are coming at you based on whatever faction you're with, and the other faction is hunting you down as you're on missions and stuff. Interesting stuff that could happen in this little city can't happen because they don't want to pay you in $500,000 to implement this system. Oh, disgusting. I hate video games.
On video game notes, Stadia's first-party dev studio closed.
Rip Stadia.
To no one's surprise. Sucks for the people that lost jobs.
Yeah. Obviously, yes, but they should.
Not shocking.
Why did it take this long?
Why wasn't it shocking? Is the question.
Stadia.
That makes nothing. Because Stadia could always turn it around. They bought a studio. They could have released the game, and if it stunk and didn't do well, it didn't. No. I mean a big game, not one of these little whatevers. If they got a chance and it sucked, and it was just like it's not making money, okay, you understand why they dissolved the studio. But for them to just go, oh, we're going in a different direction. No.
It's unfortunately a thing that Google does.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Yes.
If things don't hit quick, they're not worth it.
Yeah, they dump projects very, very, very quickly.
Don't forget Google Plus, which was, what, 8 months maybe?
You guys remember Google Glass?
Google Glass. Yeah, I remember radio show I listened to. It's just like, this is going to be awesome. And
Who would wear those?
One of my old tech leads was in the beta of it. She had one.
How was it?
It was interesting.
No, it wasn't.
I only used it for like a tiny bit, but like it definitely wasn't super intrusive. Like it was clear enough that I could see all the stuff in it. But
that's why it was interesting. You barely used it.
You know,
just like VR is interesting if you barely use it. If you go to a con once a year and they have a VR machine and you hop on it, that's interesting. Or one of them big old mech machines that you can hop into. Yeah, I'm sure that would be interesting. But then after like a week of play, you'd probably go, I don't really want to play this.
This is taking up a lot of room in my house now.
Yeah, it's just worthless.
One of those even fit anywhere in my house? I don't know. Let's see what other last little news tidbits. There is a official Avatar: Last Airbender tabletop RPG in the works that I'm actually excited about. If the system,
that'll be interesting to see.
If the system is really good, that's definitely something I would want to do, like as a one shot or something, for one of our hangouts.
Yeah, we would definitely have to see what it is. Just going off the name isn't enough.
Exactly.
Could be mad boring or not mad convoluted.
Like, I like the idea of being able to play in that world.
Yep.
But again, the system definitely needs to be solid.
It'll probably borrow a lot from 5e. That's my bet.
Well, there are other games that have very simplistic systems that could still work. There's a lot of tabletop RPGs out there that are not like D&D.
Oh, you're not wrong. But let's face it, right now D&D is the hot thing.
Well, yeah, just because there's 18,000 streaming shows. There's not really any
exactly.
Streaming shows
so it goes to reason that they would probably take a lot from the hot thing.
Not necessarily. Believe me, there are way more. There are a lot more other tabletop RPGs out there that do different things.
I know, but let's do this rationally for a second. They're taking a hot name brand and they want to get it into as many households as possible. The best way is to take that well-established brand and fuse it with another well-established brand and just ship it.
I don't know. Like 5e has enough complications still that I could see that because Avatar is still a Nick property and a children's show that they might do a more simplistic system.
Again, they'd probably dumb it down, but the core would probably be very simple to 5e.
We'll see.
Again, it could very well not be, but I'm saying if without any other information, that sounds to me like the best bet. More as it develops, obviously.
Yeah. And then the last little bit of news I have is that there was apparently, at some point, a live-action Zelda series that was in production at Netflix, and Nintendo.
Yeah. You said
was?
Nintendo, what's going on?
Is and a claymation Star.
What's going on?
Yes,
what?
That is true. And a claymation
That's
Star
past
Fox.
tense.
And because Netflix had a leak, Nintendo was just like, nope, done, canceled, hard.
People I know who were aware of this were happy because they don't want to see a Legend of Zelda live-action series made at all.
Like, I can get that sentiment. I can absolutely understand that sentiment because you can't have Link not talk if it's a show. You can't. Mm-hmm. And if they are going to make him talk, better first in a game.
I mean, Zelda having a voice threw enough people in Breath of the Wild. I remember that being a big complaint. Why is she British?
The worst part of this is that Netflix themselves leaked it so it could get an influx of
get hype. Yeah. And then Nintendo was like, fuck that.
Which is sad because it didn't need to be done because that hype would have been there anyway.
Yeah.
But the people want it. You can see how much. No.
Nintendo doesn't give a shit.
A lot of money. They're gonna watch it. They're gonna love it. They're gonna no.
Nintendo walked from a lucrative streaming competitive game circuit money. Like they don't care.
It's because they walked away from it because they're being piece of business partners.
Yeah, that's them. That's Nintendo. They're shit at business. They're shit at business.
It is also a fervent protection of their IP.
They are shit at business.
More so than any other business. Like, if you sniff at their properties wrong. Lawsuits.
It's embarrassing how closed-minded they are. They could be so much more than they are, but they're way too up their own ass.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm in that same boat with the Zelda thing. Like, let characters talk first in the games. That Star Fox one, hell yeah.
Why let characters talk first in the game?
I don't know. Link has talked not in games before, and it's always been bad. In fan movies, in actual licensed products.
Has it always been bad, or has it always been odd?
A little.
The problem
both.
is they need to establish a personality for first.
Yeah,
and that needs that. I don't see.
It would feel inauthentic
movie,
from anyone
whatever.
besides the creators.
I think it would feel inauthentic anyway. After all this time for him to just start talking, I think that would feel very odd.
I mean, but you look at something like the Persona series, and then you gotta do animes for them. The main character doesn't really have a personality, but they still do it. They still get it done.
Yeah, because you at least have 3 choices of what to pick when they talk.
And also,
So-
again, with what DA was saying, that's usually like a year later versus 35 years later.
I just think that people are also too protective of the Nintendo IPs. Because you look at the way they treat like Pokemon stuff that comes out. It's just like the Star Wars people. We're just like, no. Oh wait, no, yes, actually, yes.
I'm about to say, wait, what are Star Wars people saying no to?
Jar Jar.
Yeah, that's the prequel stuff. You're talking. That was some 20
Snoke.
years ago. My goodness.
Nope.
People. There's a lot of people forgiving this.
There's a lot of people that's gonna forgive anything. If Link came out and said "fuck you guys" tomorrow, there would be people defending it.
It's all the pent up aggression for these 35 years.
Yeah. Suck the royal penis.
He's had to save the kingdom so many times, so many lifetimes.
Yeah, like there's gonna be people. We have this argument all the time. There's gonna be people that defend anything, but the consensus on Snoke was, "Oh, screw it," because the Last Jedi made him such a nothing.
You know, I think the general consensus of the time was, yeah, who cares? Snoke, that isn't really important. The emperor from the movies, from the original movies, wasn't important. So Snoke isn't important. So I'm glad that he died.
I can't say that because even with the emperor not being important, he was still beloved.
Oh no. Okay, that's where you're going.
Yeah.
But people are going, yeah. I'm not mad that Snoke died. Who cares? He's nobody. People were not mad about.
I think they were mad in the way he did it.
I had my ear to the ground with that whole.
To be fair, though, you watched a lot of YouTube. I'm sure most of the stuff you watched was either.
I got both sides of it. I saw a whole lot of debates. I enjoyed.
I'm going by what I see on what I've seen on forums and Reddit, where it's just like, nope. Yeah, shaking my head and crossing my arms. That's all. But again, my whole thing is there's going to be people that would defend anything. I think you would get a defense of like Link talking. I don't remember what the original thing we were talking about with the defense of.
Link. I remember me saying Link needs to have an established.
Wait, it was Persona.
Oh yeah, Persona and all that crap. Yeah, I don't think he needs an established persona. I think you can, if people are willing to accept that this is a side thing, why not?
Yeah, but this would be the first canon personality that Link has, and that's gonna flavor all future ones as well.
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily, but also necessarily.
I will say, like, a lot of these Links do have air quotes personality and are different. It's just subtle, but like it's you could keep it that way, just like have the personality be subtle with spoken dialogue, and that would be fine. But then you like basically the fear I think most people have is the "well, excuse me, princess," like that left field.
Yeah, but that was like 25 years ago.
Yeah, where he's just like a douche for no reason.
Honestly, I would not mind a douchey Link.
I don't know. At
least
for me, that'd be a step too far.
I don't think people would ever. Some people would never accept whatever Link they get personality-wise.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that seems a bit odd, though.
What do you mean?
Based upon all other iterations of him, just to have him be a douche, I'd be like, well, where's this coming from?
this canon.
Because
Yeah,
his
this
whole
canon,
thing
but
is the spirit.
at that
air
point,
quotes.
you can make him a coward in this canon.
Yeah.
You can make him anything.
Yes.
But it's all about believability.
Okay, Link is usually just orphan from some village that people on. Why wouldn't he be a douche?
That is not necessarily true. That was one game.
At that point, if he's just a douche, why is he going on adventures
What
and
was
saving
different?
princesses and stuff?
What was different about Twilight?
He
not
like everyone liked him there.
Friends
This is
to
coming from me
children.
just replaying the game.
Okay, so make him like a in Flash.
I was thinking just Jonathan Joestar.
Anything.
Just a goofy
But,
person.
Like, if there's
righteous.
charisma there, then like sure, but again.
But again, people are not gonna accept whatever. Some people are just not gonna accept it.
Oh, yeah. It's been 30 years of just basically nothing, and now you've got to do something, and something going from 0 to 3. That's a big jump.
But even if they get it in the game, it's gonna be a 0 to 3. So why are they like, I need it in the game first?
Well, that's not what. That's who is this day? Mike is just like,
yeah, that was me.
Oh, okay.
He's not going the consensus. I've been polling all these Zeldas. No, he's just like, maybe they should.
Yeah, I don't know why you would need it in the game first, because no matter what, it's gonna be
We
0
just had
to
a
3.
10-minute
no matter
conversation based on my stupid opinion.
You speak for millions of fans now, Mike.
Apparently.
Which are non-committal. I think they should do this.
God, I probably could start a cult of Zelda. And so it says in Hyrule Historia, verse 15. Oh boy. Yeah, just me personally, I feel like if there was something that was established, like I'm trying to think of like a good example of, like, say Jak and Daxter. First game, he didn't talk at all. They had some movie by some third party where he's just chipping and chatting away, and then they come back to the games and he's talking. That would feel odd to me. But they actually had him start talking in the second game.
I don't know if it would feel odd.
It would to me.
I feel like you might think it feel odd if the character that was in that movie was the character that was in that game. Because sometimes movies do influence future games, like Kano. But other times, just like, no, we're doing the thing we do. And the movie and the TV show is what it's gonna be, and the games are gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be weird to me.
Okay, I don't see why.
I would also find it weird.
What? I don't get it. Game or movie is people are gonna feel weird about it. So get used to it.
My whole thing is find it weird for him to be talking. Game, movie, whatever.
I wouldn't. At some point, it's gotta happen.
It hasn't yet.
That doesn't mean anything.
Look at something like Luigi. Luigi conveys all the personality that he does.
Because Luigi's the best. That's not fair.
The same thing with Wario. You know exactly what he's all about from his mannerism and just his look and his attitude. Sometimes that's really all you need. Now there is times where he talks and yucks it up and stuff, but you don't really need that. You got what you need from Wario. But
then you got to look at somebody like Mario, and what is he about?
He's very righteous. He's very
same thing with Link. Any of those silent hero types that Nintendo puts out. The problem is Nintendo puts out these silent pro tags that are just like they're basically nothing.
An avatar for the player. I will say still, my favorite silent protagonist like thing that has ever happened where they just broke it just cuz was, I think it's the hardest ending to get in Chrono Trigger. The entire game, main character doesn't talk. one of the endings, there's like 18, I forget how many. Chrono just starts talking, and the rest of the party's just like, why are you talking? Why haven't you talked this entire time? And he's just like, I had nothing to say. And then it just moves on. End game. It's like, you know what? That was pretty good. I like that. Is the Super Bowl over?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tampa
yeah.
won.
Oh,
It's
that's
been
why.
over.
That's why Versus posted sweet picture.
Uh-huh.
All right. What was that? Unless we have anything else that we want to talk about,
Nope.
Not really.
Mr. Factman.
This was just something that I found in the
Oh,
middle
no.
of the week, and I'm like, I just gotta say this.
Hmm.
Vanilla flavoring is sometimes made with beaver urine.
Oh, yeah, that I knew already.
You would be surprised at the things we eat
You
and
would,
drink.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, do I just slurp down vanilla. Like it's nobody's business.
Mike just loved beaver urine, man.
Yes, just
Straight from the tap.
yep.
Boy, some
The
things,
Ohio
like,
special.
It's just
Not
Hold
worth
on.
knowing about.
yeah,
Hold
just
on, hold
keep your
on.
head down. Just don't think about it. Because if you think about something like a chicken omelet, you're like, this is wrong. This is evil.
It's just us eating babies.
Yeah, and it's the mother and the baby.
Oh wow.
Like,
What?
So, like, cause I don't think I've ever seen a beaver out in the wild, and
For real?
I just Googled it, and apparently they were not actually native to Ohio until the 1930s. Interesting.
I've seen so many beavers out in the
Oh,
wild.
yeah. Same.
You know, on the Rosemary House, I watched a duck run past me.
oh yeah, there was mad ducks around there.
I knew there were a lot of geese, and geese are dicks.
Oh yeah, they are.
You've
they're
had your
assholes.
We've
geese,
established
Frank,
this.
G. You've had this before.
Yeah, but I've also had my Bats v Soups is boring as shreds too. That doesn't stop me. Dude, we need to take a day and rewatch them back to back and just see which one we fade on. And I bet you fade quicker if it Bats v Soup,
I don't
because that
think so.
movie is trash, dude.
I don't think so. I think the most that we can
Hold
get
on.
out of
Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a
Electra
minute.
Is
Hold
is
on a
that
minute.
it's fresh
do
trash.
I
that you do not
Hold on.
remember.
Oh, hold on.
do I
hold on,
taste
Mike.
a bet in the horizon?
No.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on.
No,
Mike.
we
Pause,
don't.
Pause for a second. Pause for a second. This brings up a point I have been thinking on for a while now. Once we can finally get together again, hang out, when that actually happens, we need to do a bad movie in-person thing. What is it going to be?
We are a fountain of bad stuff. We
I
can get you bad stuff.
I still posit Godzilla Final Wars.
See, this is the thing. Is it bad or is it 1970s bad?
Well, no, this movie it was made in the mid 2010s.
What is
So,
it?
Godzilla
It was
Final
made in the
Wars.
2010s to relive the glory of the 1980s.
It was made. I actually just found this out recently. It was made in a year. Basically, they're just like, this movie has a year to come out, so they just shot in like 4 months. And
Okay.
the
It
only
was a 2004 movie.
the only pacing that I could even I rewatched it recently. So this is why I'm like, okay, this would work. The pacing of this movie and the ridiculousness of this movie can only, and I'm not saying it's as bad as this, but as far as pace and ridiculousness, I could only equate it to I, Frankenstein.
See,
The movie doesn't stop.
Here's the problem with that. I think it's a good suggestion, and I think we probably will end up doing it. But here's the problem with it. They had to fart out a turd.
Yeah.
I, Frankenstein, tried.
Oh sure, like again, that's what I'm saying. Like as far as like how air quotes bad it is, Like, on that scale, yeah, I'm not going to say it's as bad as I Frankenstein. I'm just saying purely on pace and just, again, ridiculousness. That's the only movie I can think of to equate it to.
All I know is this. When we get together, we need to game, and we need to get the blood pumping with some terrible... It's got to induce rage in us. It's got to induce hilarious laughter in us, incredulousness, and hatred for the person who suggested it. We need that.
I think Final Wars would do that.
Okay, but Mike, you are hyping this up really, really big, because me and BG already said that I Frankenstein is probably the best bad movie that we've ever watched, and you're putting that up against Godzilla. This better be worth it.
No. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, you're invoking the name of I Frankenstein. Whenever you put I Frankenstein up against anything, you're either gonna match it or you're gonna fail spectacularly. Don't invoke its name if you ain't talking about the same.
I have no comparison point for the pace of this movie.
This is the problem, Mike. You don't indulge in enough bad movies. So you are not going to get that type of pacing, that type of horrendous. The only thing you've got is the things we've given you.
And obvious stuff like Suicide Squad and things of that nature.
But the thing is, that movie slows down.
The first Hulk?
But again, we can give you... me and BG are experts.
Connoisseurs.
Okay, that's the thing. Here's my challenge to you guys. You're not going to tell us. Yes, I do, because I need it. You're not going to tell us what it is. It's both of your jobs to pick something that is going to collectively break the entire group.
You don't want this.
I do.
This is a mistake.
I truly do.
This is a mistake.
Y'all have been officially challenged.
No. I do not want, especially Kelly and Amber, to hate us. Because they will.
Too late. You're already playing against the losing set there.
There is trash out there.
Yep.
And we are garbage men.
I know.
We are reverse garbage men. Bring the trash to you.
I am aware.
You
this
don't
is my challenge
want
for you.
this.
It is. This is my challenge for you.
This is a mistake.
I want you.
We're gonna get kicked out of Mike's house.
I want you to break the group enough where all of us have to literally walk away for a minute.
I want that weight coming out of I Frankenstein.
Yeah, y'all were ready to quit after I Frankenstein. Now, yeah, I Frankenstein. 10 out of 10.
I wasn't.
10 on 10. Kelly and Amber were just like, all right, we went home.
Yeah. I just felt like I had ran a marathon.
And Ralph was just like, no, we're done.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, Mike. You need a break. Like
y'all were breaking after I Frankenstein. That was movie 1.
Well, no. Didn't we watch both that and Fantastic Four back to back?
Was it Fantastic Four?
Yeah, it was Fantastic Four.
It was Fantastic Four, I Frankenstein. We took a break, then we tried watching Ralph's movie, and it was terrible.
Yeah, it was awful. But
nope, that's a different time, because that time we watched Avatar.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
Because we cut out of his movie to watch The Last Airbender, because they were like, The Last Airbender sucks, and me and you were like,
okay, no. Because I think we watched.
That
was another time, because the time that we watched Fantastic Four, we watched Kelly's movie, the animated one.
Oh, right.
And then I think we watched I Frankenstein after that.
Correct. No, I Frankenstein was earlier.
No, it was the same night.
No, I'm thinking it was earlier. I think it was.
You know what? It might have been the first one. I think it was the first one of that, and then I think we watched Kelly movie, and then I think we watched something else.
Whatever the case may be, y'all were drained after I Frankenstein. Again, 10 on 10. But we can find 9 on 10s. We can hit y'all with 9.5.
Is that it has been over a year. You gotta make up for lost time.
Dude, y'all just in the horror genre. One missed call, Bye-Bye Man, Slender Man.
Don't want to hear names. I don't want to hear you guys even discuss it. I want y'all to walk in to Mike's new house. This first time you're stepping foot in this man's new cell phoned home, and I want you to have just the intent to break everybody.
This is a mistake.
Alrighty.
This is the gauntlet is thrown. The glove is at your feet. Challenge has been cast. The die has been set. Make it happen. I anxiously await it.
With that, thank you everybody for tuning into this.
2023, I guess.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the podcast of stuff. We will see you next week.
Later.